bush in a closet and said, I'm going upstairs.
He would be played on TV by Larry Linville,
yes.
a genius actor.
As you know, apparently great skepticism remains for a budget deal in Minnesota.
What was the deadline? Was it today, midnight?
Midnight. Yep,
They're
tonight.
not going to finish on time. There will be a special session, and I have suggestions from various people. Here's one from Tall Paul from St. Paul.
Okay.
Should the DFL pay for that special session? They got paid for what, 30 days? They didn't show
when
up
they pouted.
when they were hiding and pouting and playing video games. Why don't they pay for the special session? Why is that going to cost us so much money?
I think the Dems had their Lenten loophole there, where let's just not come in and get paid.
It wasn't Lent when they avoided work.
Why not just extend
Well,
the session? Well, it was about a month, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just extend the session a month?
I guess the sticking point is the health care for illegals. The Mysterian wing of the DFL wants everyone to be covered. Certainly children should be, and they will be under the proposed budget. But the Mysterians want everyone to be covered. I keep settling on Chavez in Minneapolis. His first Jason. I really want you to get him on the air.
I've attempted.
In person.
Okay.
I really want to know.
We'll try again.
Because he would be representative of the Mysterian mindset.
I'll say.
I want to know what they want. What do they envision? What's the end game? I want to know what they want. The people who want to pay for the health care for people who are here illegally. Well, what if suddenly there were 100,000 people here illegally? Where are their limits? Are there any perimeters? Do they have guidelines? I don't think they do. I just think that the Mysterians believe that every bit of money produced should be spent on other people. And, okay, what are you going to do, though, when you run out of the money produced? Minnesota's already losing more than $3 billion in income taxes from people who have gone elsewhere. Pat Garofalo reflects on that frequently. What do you want? What do you think this is? Just it doesn't grow on trees. Where do you think you're headed? Should we do Johnny Height and then get to our dear leader and his comments over the weekend?
We can do that. Or do you want to? We got time to get to him now if you'd like to as well.
Well, let's hear the dear leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will play you first a clip. He was giving a speech at the University of Minnesota.
I think it was to law school graduates.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is what the crumbling of rule of law looks like in real time. And it's exactly what the founders of this nation feared. A tyrant abusing power to persecute scapegoats and enemies. Look, I get it. There's nervous folks on my side of the aisle. They don't want us to touch any of this. I keep hearing this. Oh, the polling really, it sucks talking about this. It's a distraction from more important issues. Consultants said steer away from talking about this rule of law stuff. But caring about this stuff isn't partisanship or politics. It's patriotism. The rule.
You know, a lot of what Walz said could be parsed as justified and certainly fodder for conversation, but it loses all credibility coming from a guy who runs the most crooked, corrupt state in the entire union.
Point of order, Your Honor. Wasn't he also the same guy that created a snitch line if I had a barbecue and more than 6 people were at my house?
I don't think he was thinking of patriotism then.
Or tyranny?
He's also a great supporter of a Hennepin County attorney who flaunts the rule of law every single day by letting criminals go.
And he mocks and makes fun of outstate voters that don't vote for him.
But, Governor, your remarks certainly align with your party's ideology, but you lose all credibility because you run the worst state in the country, and you're the worst governor in the country. You have presided over fraud after fraud after fraud after fraud. You show no signs of ending any of that, nor are you capable of any financial understanding of what you're doing.
Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans, wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No chance to mount a defense, not even a chance to kiss a loved one goodbye. Just grabbed up by masked agents, shoved into those vans, and disappeared.
Says a guy.
To be clear, there's no way for us to know whether they were actually criminals or not, because they refused to give them a trial. We're supposed to just take their word for it.
Says a guy who had a snitch line.
Right. Oh, on behalf of the GL community.
We don't know that.
This was a commencement address. What does any of this have to do with going out into the world?
It's supposed to be about opportunity, taking advantage.
Inspiration.
Yes.
I can link this to Schumer, believing
It's a
that
political speech at a graduation.
because he has nothing else to say. He can hardly go in there and tout the success of Minnesota. He can hardly go in there and tout a bright future for Minnesotans. And we're so glad that you're studying the law to continue the great tradition of the state of Minnesota. He's ruined the state of Minnesota.
You just gave a better commencement address in 10 seconds than he did for that whole speech.
Because he has nothing else. There's nothing else this guy knows. Or same with Schumer. They have nothing else to say. The Mexican ship must have crashed because of Trump.
I didn't read anything about how the graduates felt about this speech. Did anybody poll the graduating class? Ask them how they felt about the speech?
If they did, I'm unaware of it.
Maybe this is what they wanted.
But they're also in a no-win position, Ken. They can't just basically get up and walk out. You know, that they're forced to sit there.
Well, they're also graduates of a failed academy law school, and for all I know, they're all on his side.
I wouldn't say
he
all.
might have known very well his audience. I mean, we've showed or listened to the audio of these weird oaths that incoming medical students have to take.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's just preposterous. So he might very well have known that he was speaking to the choir there. It's unlikely that young legal scholars are in the Trump camp, but that doesn't excuse Walz. He had a responsibility, I would imagine, to give something heartfelt. Well, he is. It's heartfelt from him, but that's all he's got to be heartfelt about.
One-trick pony.
He has no other good news to be heartfelt about. He has nothing. There isn't any. He blew the chance for this state to be on a real, well, to use a Russ Stark term, a real sustainable path. And